let's find the middle term in a binomial expansion. The formula for that is, how do you find the middle term? The formula is n plus 1 plus 1 by 2. So this is the middle term. So for example, if n, say n is 10, then the middle term would be n plus 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 10 plus 1 plus 1 by 2. It's going to be 12 by 2, which is 6. So sixth term is the middle term. Now assume if n is 11, that it is an odd number, then also it will be, we'll get 11 plus 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 13 by 2. So we get 6.5. So in this case, there will be two middle terms, sixth term and seventh term. This will be the middle term. So in this case, we'll have to find both sixth term and seventh term. So let's take an example to find the middle term. So we have an expression x minus 1 by 2y to the power 10. So n is equal to 10. So middle term would be 10 plus 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 12 by 2, which is 6. So sixth term is the middle term, which means we also know PR plus 1 is equal to NCR into x to the power n minus r into e to the power r. This is the formula to find any particular term. So here we'll have to find sixth term. So r plus 1 is 6, which means r is equal to 5. So it will be t 5 plus 1, n is 10, 10 c r is 5 into x is the first term, n minus r, which is 10 minus 5 into a is second term, which is minus 1 by 2y to the power r is 5. So when we calculate, get x to the power 5 into minus 1 to the power 5 is, we're going to have minus 1, because it's odd number, we're going to get a negative sign, and 2 to the power 5 into y to the power 5. So that's going to be 10c5 x to the power 5, let's get minus sign here, by 2 to the power 5 is 32 into y to the power 5. So what is 10c5? 10c5 is 10 factorial by 10 minus 5 factorial into 5 factorial, which is 5 factorial into 5 factorial. You can write this as 6 into 5 factorial, and then you have, so you cancel 5 ones are, 5 twos are, 2 ones are, yes. Then the 4 ones are, 4 twos are, 3 ones are, 3 threes are. So we finally have 3 into 2 into 7 into 6, that is 6 into 6 into 7, which is 252. We're going to get as 252 into x to the power 5 minus 32 into y to the power 5. So we can leave it here, or we can further simplify it. But let's leave it here. This is the answer for finding the midterm. So let's take another example to find the midterm. We have 15 here as n. N is 15. So what is the midterm? Midterm would be 15 plus 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 17 by 2, which is 8.5, which means the midterm is between 8th term and 9th term. So we'll get two midterms here, 8th and 9th term, which means r plus 1 is 8. Case 1, we'll have to find both 8th and 9th term. So r plus 1 is 8 in first case. So we have p 8, r plus 1 is 8, so r is equal to 7. So we'll have t 7 plus 1 is equal to n is 15, c r is 7 into x is 3x to the power n minus r, 15 minus 7 into minus 2 by x square to the power r, which is 7. So we get 15c7 into 15 minus 7 is 8. So 3 to the power 8 into x to the power 8 into minus 2 to the power 7 by 7 into 2, x to the power 14. Further simplify this, 15c7, we leave 3 to the power 8. X to the power 8 and 14 will get cancelled. So we'll have 1 by 14 minus 8. So we'll get 6 and minus 2 into 7. So since it's odd, we'll have a negative sign here and it will be 2 to the power 7. Now let's find the second midterm, which is ninth term. So ninth term would be, here r plus 1 would be 9, which means r is equal to 8. So what do we get? T8 plus 1 is 15C8 to 3x to the power 15 minus 8 into minus 2 by x square to the power 8. So we will get 15C8 into 3 to the power 15 minus 8 is 7 into x to the power 7 minus, this is an even power, so it will become plus. So it will be 2 to the power 8 by, we'll multiply the powers, 8 into 2 is 16. So we get 15C8 into 3 to the power 7 into 2 to the power 8. X was 7 and 16 will be cancelled. We'll be left with 9, x to the power 9. So this is the ninth term and this is the 8th term.